5 strategies to pay off credit card debt fast. Hello and welcome back to WealthMatic, your regular dose of wealth and millionaire inspiration. Here we talk about everything related to money, wealth, and success. Feel free to chill as this is a place for you, future millionaires out there. Have you spent cash recently? Do you find yourself swiping your credit card way too often? Well, today, we're going to talk about 5 of the best strategies to settle off credit card debt quickly. In this video, we reveal 5 ways to pay off your credit card debt. These strategies will have you debt-free in no time. Just a quick disclaimer, I may have experience in finance, but I am in no way a financial advisor. I deliver knowledge in a fun and informative way. However, if your money is on a serious decline, I strongly suggest you hire a financial advisor to help you with your situation. Do you feel like you're trapped in a never-ending credit card debt loop? You have unsecured credit if you only pay the minimum sum due on your credit monthly, or if you maintain a large load on your credit cards. This type of debt, regrettably, has a bad credit rating score. It is, however, feasible to wipe off credit card debt and break the pattern for good. So with that said, let's get started. Here are 5 strategies to pay off your credit card debt fast. The very first tip is to take a look at your current credit card debt and break it down into portions. Let's face it, clearing off credit card debt, especially if you have a lot, may be scary. For many people, this pressure might lead to a complete evasion of debts, but thankfully, there is a workable alternative. If you've already gone for a long jog, you'll know that thinking about the run in 15-minute portions is far simpler than thinking about it for an hour run. And the same approach can be used for your credit card debt. Well, not only would breaking up your overall debt into more manageable portions help your debt to reduce faster, but it can also kickstart the debt elimination process if the enormous balance you've been carrying has been deterring you from making any kind of payments. Consider your $30,000 debt into 5 $6,000 portions rather than a single sum. As a general rule, if you have many credit cards and are unaware of their balances, make the minimum payment to prevent harming your credit score, which can have an impact on things like acquiring a loan and even landing a job. Start repaying your highest credit card first. Tip number 2. The quickest approach to repaying debt off is to pay the one with the highest balance. Having debt hovering over your shoulder is a pain. If you maintain a debt, the true problem is the hefty extra costs you incur. If you have many credit cards with a remaining amount, the quickest approach to repay them off is to begin with the one with the highest yield. This will reduce the amount you owe monthly, enabling you to devote the majority of your contribution to the principal. So, select a technique. Do you only have one credit card? Simply make the largest monthly payment you can afford until your amount is 0. Start by paying the minimum monthly debt due on each of your credit cards if you have more than one. Then decide on a payment strategy. Number 1. The avalanche technique. Pay off the loan with the highest interest rate first and then go on to the next one. This strategy takes longer to see the results, but you'll surely pay off your debt faster and save money on interest. Then we have another strategy which is called the snowball strategy, where you put as much money as you can towards the smallest debt first, then moving on to the next. Tip 3. Ask your relatives or friends for cash. Asking for credit from family or friends is another efficient approach to wipe off your credit card quicker. Combining finances is rarely a good idea. The advantages of borrowing money from a friend or family to pay off loans might be worthwhile. Now a word of caution. Borrowing from relatives can lead to conflict, particularly if the return is delayed beyond the set date. If you make loans from a family member or a friend, make sure to write down how much has been acquired, at what interest rate, and for how long, so you verify that you guys are on the same path. And with that said, let me tell you how to seek financial assistance from family and friends. So after weighing the risks and the benefits, you've concluded that your mother or best friend is the right bank. Now you have to figure out how to execute it with the best chance of winning. Whenever it concerns their cash, most individuals are cautious. Respect and loyalty are not the same things. If you're collecting money to pay a debt you owe, Ask a friend or a family to pay a bill rather than paying you. Instead of worrying if there's a hidden motive, they'll surely understand how well the cash is truly spent. Continue to contact them while you pay off your debt. If you're paying in stages, request them to verify that they've received each of your repayments. This is to avoid any disagreements about how much you owe them. If you're running late with a payment, notify them ahead of time, clarify why, and let them understand when they can receive their cash. It's critical not to look as though you're avoiding your obligations. The key here is, and I can stress this enough, communicate. Do not be afraid to communicate the situation that you're in, the help you need, and the plan that you have to pay someone back. Constant communication with a person that has trusted you that you will pay them back is not only the best way to really benefit from this tip, but also one that can be an advantage to you in the future for investment opportunities. Moving on, consolidating your credit card debt is the fourth tip. Consolidating your amounts through a credit card consolidation alone is another wonderful approach to minimize your interest costs from your present credit card debt. This strategy is consolidating all of your credit card bills into one giant singular debt with significantly reduced interest rates, similar to what we discussed earlier with the family and friend loan. Because lenders often give this form of a loan at a cheaper interest rate than credit cards, if you commit to return the loan within 3 to 7 years, it's surely a great way to get out of trouble. The fifth tip is to make more cash. This is sort of an obvious one. When individuals talk about reducing debt, they seldom mention how to earn extra money. However, this is likely the most effective technique for reducing debt faster. It might be due to unforeseen events or inadequate financial planning. Many individuals just cannot pool together some money every month to clear off their amount, leading them to gradually slip into the interest that's charged for tax. You can dig quicker with a big shovel. Boost your revenue by picking up 2 jobs or a freelancing assignment. Then utilize the extra money to pay down your obligations more rapidly. Tasks like pet watching, teaching, and working as a virtual assistant are simple to begin and may help you pay off your bills faster. Higher income is one option to make higher payments on your credit card debt. Taking on a part-time job or conducting freelancing are also viable options. Making extra cash and putting it toward your credit card debt can guarantee that you are debt-free in no time. To help pay off my debt previously, I've performed freelancing in art and design, teaching, and writing as well. One extra tip since you're here watching our video and will be an avid subscriber of our channel, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and comment. This will surely mean a lot to us. Stop using your credit card. Using credit and debit cards but not clearing them off regularly might have a negative impact on your credit score. Aside from the high cost interest, the biggest drawbacks of using your credit when you don't have the means to pay it off later include damage to your credit, hurting social connections, and eventually bankruptcy. The easiest way to prevent bank card interest and fees is to wait until you have enough money saved to pay the transaction. Remove your credit cards from your wallet altogether if overspending is leading you to add more bills unnecessarily. This method is straightforward, but it might help you avoid overspending and focus on getting your finances under control. Why, you may ask? 1. Self-control is discouraged by credit. 2. It's expensive to pay interest. 3. Unpaid balances can cause interest rates to rise. 4. Bad habits put your relationships at risk. 5. Financing leads to more spending. 6. It may ruin your peace of mind. And lastly, number 7. It can lead to bankruptcy. When debts are paid off each month, credit works effectively. But when it is mismanaged, it can be terrible. Credit cards are useful investment vehicles because of their accessibility, security, and incentives. But examine the hazards before going in well over your limit. Earning an extra living was undoubtedly the most efficient approach to erase all of your debts while applying some other tactics I stated in this video. File for bankruptcy as the last option. If you've exhausted all of the following options and still can't even pay off your obligations, you can file for personal bankruptcy. However, this ought to be your last resort because it is a time-consuming and expensive procedure that will surely ruin your reputation. Before declaring bankruptcy, seek guidance from a financial counselor or bankruptcy educator. So, if you're genuine about paying off your credit card debt once and for all, roll up your courage and get started. Thank you for tuning in. If you want to elevate your life from the one you have to the one that you deserve, click the subscribe button right now. This has been the one and only WealthMatic, and see you on our next video.